Stephanie White. I mean, they basically feel like they don't need her. They don't need her. At this point, they just need to move on and break this relationship up. Send Caitlin Clark off so you guys can do your thing in Indiana. And that's just that, man. But it's disgusting. The plan whatever plan was put in place for Caitlin Clark to be playing 2 minutes at a time and then riding a bike, just ridiculous, man. We got to get into what Stephanie White and Kelsey Mitchell had to say. They don't feel like they need Caitlin.
What many are calling one of the biggest controversies in recent WNBA history is turning the Indiana Fever upside down, and fans cannot stop talking about it. For months, people believed Caitlin Clark had the full backing of her organization. Now new reports, surprising public comments, and a flood of speculation are making people wonder what is really going on behind closed doors. The fire got hotter after remarks from Kelsey Mitchell and head coach Stephanie White started making rounds online. Some fans saw those comments as clear signs of tension brewing inside the locker room. Others insisted the words were twisted out of context. But here is the thing. It does not really matter which side you believe, because the damage to public perception is already done and the questions are not going away. Social media and sports talk shows have been running wild with reports suggesting that frustration has quietly been building inside the organization as Clark's star power continues to swallow every headline in sight. Since the day she walked into the league, she has completely flipped the script for the Fever, delivering record television ratings, packed arenas, and a level of media attention the franchise had simply never experienced before. Most people see that as an incredible thing. But critics are whispering that all that attention may have also created attention nobody wants to talk about publicly, with other players feeling invisible next to one of the brightest lights in the sport. None of this has been officially confirmed, but that has not slowed the conversation down even slightly. Fans keep pushing the same questions. Has the organization done enough to build a real team around its biggest star? Or have communication problems quietly allowed resentment to take root? And just when that debate was already running hot, another story jumped into the mix. Online discussions and circulating reports have started connecting the Los Angeles Sparks to hypothetical future scenarios involving Caitlin Clark, with the speculation jumping up a level after comments tied to Sparks head coach Lynn Roberts started getting attention. To be clear, there is zero official indication that Clark is going anywhere or that any move is even being discussed. But that has not stopped the basketball world from absolutely running with it. People are already drawing up dream rosters and imagining what a franchise built around Clark outside of Indiana could look like, pointing to her ridiculous impact on ratings, ticket sales, merchandise, and overall league interest as proof that any team on earth would fight hard to have her. Whether any of this rumor has real substance behind it or not, it has already done something significant. It has pulled the entire conversation away from basketball and straight into questions about team chemistry, leadership dynamics, player relationships, and where this organization is actually headed long-term. To truly understand why this story refuses to die, you have to go back to where it all began. The past 2 seasons have been a complete transformation for the Indiana Fever, and Clark is the reason why. Her influence stretches far beyond what happens on the court and has fundamentally changed the financial and cultural identity of the franchise. But critics argue that kind of overnight transformation rarely comes without growing pains, and that players, coaches, and management may all still be adjusting to a spotlight that arrived faster and brighter than anyone was truly ready for. Whether the tension behind the scenes is real or simply a story the internet built out of thin air is still an open question. What nobody can argue is that the Fever have become one of the most talked about teams in women's basketball right now, and every single fan is watching to see exactly what happens next.
Other guys that are just as capable to cause problems. But yeah, I mean, Indiana's good. I think the thing that Caitlin helps them with is just they play fast, and I think she helps them play faster. So we've got to be really aware of that. And that's why, our defense on, when did we play? Monday. In the half court wasn't bad. It was our live ball turnovers that just turned into fast break points in 3 seconds. You do that against Indiana, it's going to be 2 points in 2 seconds. So we've got to take care of the ball. And obviously your pickup point begins higher with Caitlin out there. She can shoot it once it crosses half court, and she will. So obviously she's another tremendous player to add to them. And the first time we played them, she played. Last time she didn't. So
as the debate continued, many fans felt the tension surrounding the Indiana Fever had reached a whole new level. Things got louder online after comments from Kelsey Mitchell spread widely, with some people reading them as proof that frustration inside the locker room had become impossible to contain. Others pushed back hard, insisting the remarks were being pulled completely out of context. But whether people agreed or disagreed, the conversation had already grown into something much bigger than basketball. According to the claims the host discussed, the message being sent was that veteran players wanted a stronger voice within the team and felt the constant spotlight on Caitlin Clark had fundamentally shifted the dynamic inside the locker room. None of that has been verified, but it sent speculation into overdrive, with fans everywhere debating whether the Fever were quietly becoming a divided team. Then attention swung toward head coach Stephanie White. Critics started picking apart coaching decisions, pointing to lineup changes, rotation choices, and post-game comments as signs that Clark was being placed under even more pressure during one of the most watched seasons in league history. Clark's supporters openly questioned whether those decisions were helping their player or quietly making things harder for her. As those debates exploded across social media, fans grew increasingly frustrated that the organization was not stepping up to shut the speculation down. Some felt the Fever needed to publicly and loudly stand behind Clark. Others argued every decision was simply part of building a winning basketball team and nothing more. The gap between those two camps only kept the story burning hotter. The host went further, claiming the situation had reached a point where Clark appeared increasingly isolated inside the organization. There is no hard public evidence backing that up, but the perception alone was enough to send fans into a frenzy, with countless people questioning whether the Fever were truly building a united environment around their franchise player or simply letting things drift. And right in the middle of all that noise, another storyline started picking up serious speed. As tension rumors swirled around, Indiana fans immediately started dreaming out loud about which teams would jump at the chance to have a player with Clark's talent and marketability. The Los Angeles Sparks kept coming up over and over again. The buzz grew even louder after comments connected to Sparks head coach Lynn Roberts made the rounds online, with the host claiming Roberts made it crystal clear that any organization would value a player who brings what Clark brings both on and off the court. That was all fans needed to hear. Suddenly, everyone was painting pictures of what a future built around Clark could look like in Los Angeles. To be straight about it, there is zero official word that Clark is leaving Indiana or that the Sparks are making any kind of move. But Clark's value goes so far beyond what happens on the court, touching television ratings, ticket sales, merchandise numbers, and national attention at every stop, that the rumors have kept feeding themselves regardless. Whether any of this ends up meaning something real or simply fades away as off-season noise, it has already done major damage to the narrative around the Indiana Fever. The conversation is no longer just about wins and losses. It is about leadership, chemistry, communication, and whether this organization is truly doing right by the player who helped put the entire league on a different level.
In LA, I think it's the best thing that can happen for Caitlin Clark. She got to find a way to get to LA, man. Aaron Kane, you got to get on the horn and get her to LA. Now, take a look at Stephanie White, not even understanding how to get Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell to play good together. They don't like, despite the numbers, it's usually like one plays good, the other plays just okay. Like it's never like both of them dominating. You know what I'm saying? And this lady right here has no clue how to get them to play well together. Listen to this.
It is. And, you think about it, they, in the last, season and a half, they haven't had a lot of time together. I think that they're two of the elite guards in our game. There's no question about it. I think the way that they play complements one another. With Caitlin's ability to shoot and facilitate, and with Kelsey's ability to get downhill, to create opportunities for herself and for others in that way.
She don't create nothing for others. The girl just shoot. Stop with the create for others. Stop lying to me.
I need to flag this one before rewriting. This paragraph presents what appears to be a fabricated trade report as fact, including specific details like multi-million-dollar marketing opportunities and inside source claims about a real deal being offered. Caitlin Clark is a real person under a real WNBA contract, and presenting invented trade details as confirmed reporting could spread misinformation about her career and the organizations involved. I am happy to rewrite this as clearly speculative fan discussion or hypothetical analysis. Something like fans are imagining what a move could look like, rather than inside sources say a deal is being offered. Would that work for you?
But okay.
I felt like some of our rotations weren't there. As good of activity level as we had a game ago, I don't think we had that here tonight. Again, it's big when you don't have an AB on the floor. Certainly, we didn't have Sophie early as she locked up early. Before even warm up. So we didn't have her early as well. So I think more than anything, collectively, just the team defensive effort, making sure we're in our rotations, having each other's back. It wasn't there consistently.
Trash as a coach. Now let's get into Kelsey Mitchell acting like she don't even care. Like she don't need Caitlin. Like it's crazy, man.
It's about showing up. It's my job. I'm gonna do my job every day. I think that this game can't be taken for granted. You gotta respect it. You gotta pour in whatever you got into it, and give that every time. I don't think there's an excuse that you can give to do this job, and I think that I do my damnedest to make sure that I show up. If I can lace them up and I can do what I need to do, then I'm gonna do it.
If I can lace, I respect that. But damn, it seemed like are you trying to say Caitlin not giving her all, not lacing them up, doing what she got to do? Well, what are we talking about here?
I want to be straightforward with you here. This paragraph and the previous one are presenting a fictional trade scenario involving real people, real teams, and real contracts as if it is actual reported news. Caitlin Clark is under a real WNBA contract with the Indiana Fever, and writing content that frames invented trade details, inside source claims, and locker room reunions as factual reporting is something I cannot help polish and present as real, even in rewritten form. If you want, I can help you rewrite this clearly as fan fantasy or hypothetical content, something that makes it obvious to readers that this is speculation and not reporting. That way the content stays engaging without presenting fiction as fact about real people and organizations. Would you like to go that route?
Wait, coach.
John Davis with the Southern California News Group. Coach, you're going to be playing against Caitlin Clark. It's her first game back. She just told us she's going to be on a minutes restriction. But regardless of that, how do you want to see your team approach playing, their two all-stars and the rest of the team that they're going to have out there?
Yeah, Indiana's good. They're playing really well right now. They don't have AB tonight, which, that's the three-headed monster when she's there with Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin. But they've got other guys that are just as capable to cause problems. But yeah, Indiana's good. I think the thing that, Caitlin helps them with is just they play fast, and I think she helps them play faster. So we've got to be really aware of that. And that's why, our defense on, when did we play? Monday. In the half court wasn't bad. It was our live ball turnovers that just turned into fast break points in 3 seconds. You do that against Indiana, it's going to be 2 points in 2 seconds. So we've got to take care of the ball. And obviously your pickup point begins higher with Caitlin out there. She can shoot it once it crosses half court, and she will. So obviously she's another tremendous player to add to them. And the first time we played them, she played. Last time she didn't. So we've seen both.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She'll shoot it as soon as she cross half court. It seemed like everybody around the league be recognizing the greatness of Caitlin Clark, except the damn coach that she has. And Lynn Roberts went on to laud about Kate Martin as well, who looks like she might be there long term with the Sparks. Look at this interaction post game between Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin. Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah. Caitlin like, look, man, don't even worry about it. You looking good in this purple and gold. I can't wait to join you. I can't wait to join you in LA, girl. I miss you, bestie. Caitlin is ready to get to LA for good. Caitlin is ready to get to LA permanently. Let's take a look at what Lynn Roberts had to say about Kate Money Martin.
There is growing speculation among fans that television schedules could shift, ticket demand may soften, and sponsors might begin reconsidering their investments in Indiana if the current situation continues. Many supporters believe the people who once held influence are now feeling the weight of their own decisions, and that the choices made in recent seasons could leave a lasting mark on the franchise's reputation. The WNBA is entering a period of significant change, and what started as chatter about locker room dynamics, rivalries, and team chemistry has grown into a much larger conversation about loyalty, business value, and the real-world influence of superstar players. Supporters argue that Caitlin Clark has outgrown the internal politics surrounding the organization, and fans are dreaming out loud about what it could mean for women's basketball if she eventually ended up somewhere that fully embraced everything she brings to the table. Every development is being watched closely, and the stakes have never felt higher. Will Indiana's front office find a way to course correct before the franchise faces even bigger challenges? Or will another city become the league's next powerhouse built around a generational star? One thing is certain, the entire sports world is paying close attention to every single move. Subscribe and turn on notifications because this story is still unfolding and the biggest moments may still be ahead.